So what is going on, everybody, and welcome to EAA. I'm Mike. I'm happy you're here. And today again is some success stories that I've had lately with my vehicles. Things have actually been going pretty well. I feel like I should be knocking on some wood somewhere. But yeah, things have been going pretty well, and I want to share those stories with you. When things go well, I want to share it with you guys, my loyal followers, or just people who happen to turn into the video, whoever, I'm willing to share. So the first one that I want to share is I'm standing in front of my 89 Firebird Trans Am. That's just a Firebird, but I'm standing in front of it, and there's obviously a reason why I'm standing in front of it. Now, if you guys know, I just picked this vehicle up, maybe about a month and a half ago. It is a Night Rider replica. Video coming very, very soon, I promise. But the paint job was, well, it's not great. It's definitely not a show quality paint job. It's like a 25 footer. I would say it's probably decent quality for someone who did it in their garage. Nothing against the guy that did it or whoever did the work or whatever, but the guy I got it off of, he told me he did not put an emphasis on the paint job. He wasn't too concerned about that. And overall, it's not too bad. It looks okay overall, but like the nose was really pretty rough, and then the rear wing was really rough. So I wanted to have that resprayed, and I actually went to Mako. I was going to have the whole car resprayed, and they wanted a lot of money, more than I was willing to spend on this car to do it. Then I went to my buddy at Jester's and talked to him, and he wanted a pretty good little price just to spray paint the areas that needed to be spray painted. So I went to Scott's Auto Body in Merced. They've painted the Gremlin. They painted my 65 Chevy pickup, and I asked him what he would charge, and he was like under half of the other quote that I got, and told me he would have it for me in 2 days. So when I heard 2 days, I actually like interchanged it and put in 2 weeks instead of 2 days, because I know it takes a little bit of time, but I was okay with being without the car for 2 weeks. Well, lo and behold, after 2 days, Roy gives me a call and says, car is ready, I can pick it up. So that was on a Saturday. I wasn't able to get down there that Saturday, but I got down the following Monday, picked it up, and I gotta say, it looks good. It actually, what he did looks better than the rest of the car. I'm almost tempted to have him repaint the rest of the car, but I just don't want to get into this car that deep. So that is definitely a success story. Success story number 2 will be accompanied by a little bit of lighting. So I apologize for that lighting over there with the with Kit. You really can't see very well, but you guys will see that car very soon because the video's coming. I keep saying the video's coming. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. I hope it's amazing. It's gonna be amazing. So anyway, the next success story is here. My 72 Pantera. If you guys remember, had a little engine fire, had to get that taken care of. Then once got that going, the clutch was starting to slip and having some problems. I had purchased a new clutch already in preparation to have it changed out, and Eddie went on ahead, changed the clutch out, got that going, so it no longer slips. It shifts just the way it should. It's got a really nice clutch throw. It feels really good. And I had my other mechanic friend, Ruben. He went in, he did some tweaking with the timing and the carburation, and this thing runs like it's never run before. It runs great. I'm very, very impressed with it. Off the line, but about 2,500 RPMs, this thing just kicks in and sets you back in the seat and goes. I am just so very pleased and so very happy to have this car back in the shop. The car, Panteras are just, they're badass. I mean, I just cannot say enough about how badass these cars are, and I think I actually need to do a video just on how badass this car is, because I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Success story number 3 involves my 64 Corvette, and actually my 60 Impala, and my 56 Chevy 210, and my 65 Chevy, and my 67 Chevelle. Really all of my carbureted vehicles in here. Again, my new buddy mechanic, Ruben, he's been doing some more work for me lately. Not replacing Eddie, so don't be thinking that, but just kind of help out Eddie, because we've had a lot of projects and things like that going on, so really kind of wanted to help out. But Ruben is really, really good with setting timing and adjusting carburetors to get really good performance out of the vehicles. He did my Cobra, and I was very impressed with the way it ran, so I thought, why not give him a shot at all of the carbureted vehicles in here? And basically every vehicle he has touched has ran better, started better, and had more performance. So I'm very, very pleased about that. This car's running exceptional. My Chevelle's running great. 60 Impala's running great. Everything that he has touched, he has actually done a really good job on, so I'm very pleased about that. Yeah, who could ask for anything more? And the best part about it is it's a success story I wasn't really planning on. I wasn't really complaining about the way the vehicles were running before, but now I see that they're running more at their true potential, so that is awesome. The last success story that I have for you guys today starts with the Gremlin. The Gremlin, it really does live up to its name. It has its gremlins. That's really the best thing you can say about the car. So my wife and I went to a Cars and Coffee, I don't know, about a week ago. I drove my 64 Corvette and she drove this. So everything was great. We left the Cars and Coffee. We were going to follow a friend over to have some lunch with them. And I noticed I hear some honking, and I'm not really sure what's going on. It's like, who's honking, why, and what have you. But it continues off and on. So we get to the restaurant, and Kristen tells me that this car just decides to start honking. She said, I think she touched the turn signals, and we've had issues with the turn signals before. And I don't know, it set something off, something shorted out, and it started honking. So basically, we had lunch, we went back home, got it home. Kristen didn't use the turn signals or anything like that. By then, the turn signals were dead. They weren't working anymore anyway. But she pulls in, she turns to park the car, and it honks. She gets out of the car, she closes the door, and the horn just goes off. So, able to stop that, got it in here. So again, Ruben comes over, he's pretty good with electrical, got the signals working just like new. Everything's back to normal and the way it should be, and he also did a little tweaking and adjusting on this car to try to get it to run a little bit better, because this car's always run a little rough, especially when it's cold. He's definitely smoothed it out a lot better. It's much better than it was before. Still not great, not really sure why. There might be a vacuum leak somewhere in there or what have you, but I mean, overall, it's like a huge improvement over what it was before. So the Gremlin is back, ready for more car shows, Cars and Coffees, whatever Kristen wants to take it to, it is ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to take that as another success story. Yes. We're going to end this video with success stories in the making. How's that? They're not successes yet, but they're going to be. So that's glasses half full attitude right there. Normally, to round it out, I have 2 vehicles sitting here, and I have 18 total. So there are 2 vehicles that are missing out of the shop right now. Actually, there's 3, but semantics. So there are 2 vehicles that are missing that are down right now. The Jaguar is still at Cruise Lucas. I talked to Ron the other day. Ron said that I guess one of his employees had a pretty serious medical condition that's taken him out of the game for about 4 months. And Ron told me, he's like, hey, I had to put your car on the back burner. We're trying to work on daily drivers and get those out and running for people. Appreciates my patience, but hopefully soon. He keeps telling me hopefully soon. So at this point, I don't even have a projected date as to when the car could come back. I really thought I would have had it back probably a month ago, and I was supposed to have it back a month ago, but things have just come up with illness there at the shop and sickness or whatever. So I don't know, maybe they're having like an outbreak or something like that. So, but I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be understanding. I get it, things happen, and I'm a pretty low-key guy. I mean, obviously I've got a lot of other vehicles that I can tinker with and play with and that can occupy my time as opposed to just sitting there dwelling on the Jaguar, but I do really want to get it back. And I'm really hopeful that once I do get it back, that Ron remembers how patient I have been when he gives me that last final half of the bill. Fingers crossed. The other vehicle that's out right now is the Volkswagen bus. It is still over at the workshop. That has definitely taken a little bit longer than first anticipated. The motor is back in, everything's back together, but Josh was talking to a Volkswagen buddy of his and was told that definitely once the motors come out and go back in, the valves are going to need to be adjusted or it's going to run like crap. We don't want it to run like crap, so we're waiting for that. Also, we had a little setback with a screw, or a stud I should say, that goes into the block. That caused us a little bit of problems and set us back maybe a week or 2. We're trying. We're really trying, and I'm very excited to get the bus back up and running, get it back over here. I know Kristen is too. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My Instagram and P.O. Box will be in the description below. Guys, God bless, take care, and as always, have an absolutely amazing day.